All right, this is my favorite, and this is the big one, right? Fermentation, the heart of the ethanol facility. This facility averages around 13.53 ethanol concentration, but their swing in the output is plus minus almost 15,000 gallons per week. And if when we approached this facility and we started working with them, the plant leadership was super smart, right? They knew that if something as simple as before and after to explain this output variability um, with fundamentally different conditions. And when I say fundamentally different conditions, what I mean is like we have to take care of sentinel variables like outside air temperature, the ambient conditions, the inputs cornstarch content, the flow rates, which changes season to season or day to day. All of those need to be considered before you can really isolate the reason behind the swing in the output gallons, right? So when we commissioned this site, we engineered our deep dive agents to go across 6 months of data to confirm this pattern. And here's what they found. Bad drop batch rate running around 20 to 30% plant wide. So that's how many bad batches they were dropping. And with a single fermenter hitting 57% bad rate in a single month and contamination signature clustering in specific weeks. So through our weekly pulses, through our deep dives, we were able to isolate that this problem was real. It was not just swing because of seasonality or input starch content. And it was really geared towards one of the fermenters, which was causing a lot of the upsets in the plant. And that yielded in the swing in the output of the plant. So what did we do, right? We basically normalized all of these sentinel variables like the ambient conditions, the starch content, the slurry, the flow rate, things like that, and stripped out these conditions to isolate what actual operational improvement versus what a good week of weather looks like. And the root cause we found was very simple. One was the CIP running too cool, letting bacteria outcompete the yeast, and also some dosing imbalance, which was causing yeast to tail off in, I think it was like our 30 or 40 mark, from our 30 or 40 mark. And the funny thing is, the operators always knew that there was something like this going on, but they just weren't able to prove it. So using this deep dive kinetics analysis, we were able to prove that if they moved their CIP from 180 to 190 Fahrenheit, as a result of that, just with that change, they were able to drop their overall contamination across all firms, not just that one firm. I think it was a fermenter four or something. Yeah, not just that one firm, almost 9%. And after that, when we tracked each of the metabolites, including glucose and ethanol, across the 11 points per batch, we saw exactly where the batches were falling off. And that just the contamination, just the CIP change was able to eradicate that delta acids which we are seeing in the fermentation process. Further, on the tailing part of it, they tried to run different dosing of protease, right? They switched from 6 to 5. It was a trial they ran for like 3 days in and 3 days out, just to understand if with that they can change the kinetics of the plant or the fermentation process. But they saw that they dropped around 1,500 gallons per day production the same day when they switched the change. So within, like, they didn't have to wait even 3 days. Within the same day, they reverted back immediately. So they knew that the trial was unsuccessful and they need to run the protease the same way they were running at 6 gallons. And so through this contamination, to the CIP change and correcting the dosing, the results were that the yield was almost up by 1.8%. And it was not just up, but it was sustained over the 22 weeks. So it was a sustainable change with that CIP and dosing correction. And production variability went down from almost 14,000 gallons per week swing, which we talked about, to roughly 5,000. And that's 375,000 gallons annually of annual real gain. So again, why this is a big one? Because we understood that most of the plant have similar configuration. Each fermenter should, on paper, um, behave identically, right? But there's still some variability, even though they are filled with same mash, same ambient condition, same CIP, but they have some type of variability. And studies like these um, find those variabilities, and we are able to solve that.